I just used an attack mode on you. That's called force teaming. I get you to cooperate with me and do something. All right. And it works with people. It shows me a lot about who you are too. Like when I'm standing up here, I'm gathering a lot of information about how you sit, how you make eye contact, the way your posture is relative to me. Some of you took notes, some of you interacted, some of you lean away from people when you talk to them, some of you lean in. These are the same cues you get when you sell, right? You know, you start to realize this very quickly. All right, I'm just using it the other way. All right, I'm going to go with this group right here because they started writing. Yeah, it was you, and you looked at me. You knew I was coming. Okay. So, hey, listen. Confidence will always be rewarded with more work. You know how that is. So you do a good job, you get more work. What did you guys come up with?
Well, are you speaking of like the routine?
Yeah, just a routine.
Self-centered routine?
Yeah, what would leave you at risk?
Oh, what would leave us at risk?
What did you write?
I was asking him,
Yeah.
what is his routine when he gets to the sales
Okay.
center? And he says he gets out of the car, he looks around, he gets his keys,
Okay.
he goes to the model first, then he raises the garage door, gets the computer and out of his
Okay.
car and take it in, go into the garage and set his agent on duty sign out.
Okay. How many times have you done that?
Probably routinely all the time.
Yeah, all the time. So
It's what I do.
hundreds, if not
Yeah.
thousands of times now.
Probably
All right.
thousands now.
Is that pretty common for most of you? All right. So where do you think you're at the most risk on that? Okay, getting out of the car is always the first thing. We call this a transitional space. All right, it's a fancy word for nothing, really. It just means that you're going from one place to another. All right. Now, what do we tell our kids when they go to cross the street? So what should you do when you get out of the car? Both ways. All right. But sometimes we're too busy to do that. We're preoccupied because we're leaving. You also said you're going to the garage, right?
I do.
Going to the garage. This is another transition. We're not sure why it's in the garage.
Make sure nobody's in there.
No, but you gotta go in the garage because your signs are stored in the garage. You gotta.
We're not sure why he's in the garage. I want you to think about your garage. This is a triple transitional space, especially if you pull a car in there. If you pull a car in there, you're what? In the car, outside, in your house. All at the same time. So when we look
You're
at
talking
the
about when you
times-
go to a house, though, for sale. He
Yeah,
gets
he
it
does.
out of the
Yeah.
garage. I see what you're saying.
But now
I
it's a
misunderstood.
double transitional space because he came from the outside to the
Right.
So he's kind of in the house and he's still outside.
Right.
Great access to this. All right. So that's another risky place. Keys. Let's talk about keys. What role do they play in your life?
Very important.
Yeah,
Be
you
out
gotta
and
get,
ready.
you gotta get the doors open, right? You gotta get into places. Do they distract your attention? Yeah. You know, and you're trying to figure out which one. How narrow is your focus when you're looking at the keys? It's down. We keep a little lockbox on our front door, and I was thinking about it this morning because I had to use it to lock the door. The truck was already running. How preoccupied your attention is when you're trying to deal with a lockbox. You're trying to get the cover open. You're trying to remember the code. You got to get the keys out, and once you open the door, getting the keys back in, getting it all shut is a real narrowing of attention. All right. How about inside the building? Would you expect somebody to be in it? Yeah, that's a very unlikely event, right? It's usually empty. There's nobody there. How about? Didn't you guys say carrying a computer bag? Did I hear that? Your hands are full. All right. These are all preoccupations. Okay. Now, do you have set hours there? That you're there, so people could establish a routine for you every day. Where do you think the most vulnerable times in that routine would be? Yeah, the beginning of the day and the end of the day. All right. So these are very vulnerable times for people. Anybody else come up with anything else?
We talked about our attire.
Yeah.
So for me, when you said that, the first thing I thought of was the high heels that I sometimes wear.
So, and let's talk about what do high heels primarily rob you of?
Ability, like
To run.
yeah, to
Yeah. They look great, right? They look good.
As a weapon.
They could be.
right.
But imagine trying to reach down and get your shoe off your foot at the same time. So it does rob you a bit of mobility. Guys are just as bad. I know we don't wear high heels, but leather-soled shoes are very slippery. You know, so yeah, that's a word I use, slippery. Okay. But think about it. Carpet, they're slippery. Linoleum floors, hardwood floors are pretty slippery. They really only do pretty well on dry cement. I don't know who made them up, but that's how they work well. So that's a really good point. What we wear. How about stuff that constricts you and bundles you when you're cold? Like you get cold pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
You know, so you probably walk in with your hands in your pocket, your neck down, all right? Everybody put your neck down for me. How does your vision narrow? Quite a bit, right? It really takes it away. What's another thing we keep in our hands that narrows our vision? Our phones, all right? I call this the PVD, the peripheral vision disabler. You just can't see anything. I don't have it today, but usually I have a video, and you can look this up. It's on